my money.
Two years, nice. Thanks for all the great content.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Roar roar I'm a boar, I said roar I'm a boar.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome. Oh, I think I made it too loud. There we go, music should be at a good level now. Hey everybody, welcome. It's another late night stream, probably not going to be a super long one. I gotta be up at like 8 a.m. tomorrow. But I got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Can my subscription buy itself a drink now? Ra, thank you very much for the 21-month resub.
So can my subscription buy itself a drink now?
And then Sinza and TJ, thank you both for the resubs as well. Much appreciate that. But yeah, it is the plan is We're just gonna chill out, do some Void Storms. I'm literally Wisp, so like we could not possibly be chilling more than we're about to be chilling. I'm just like leveling some of the Tenet weapons. I didn't put 5 Forma in. I might put a Forma in Wisp, honestly, because she doesn't have an Aura Forma, and like that's, you know, a minor consideration because I put the like dispensary build on her. And that would prefer Energy Siphon, even though it's like a very minor change. I'm able to chill even harder with Wukong since he can just make a clone do the work. Well, in Railjack, that's not so much the case. Oh, can I turn an Arsenal? Yes, absolutely. 1 second. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. There we go. Arsenal should be on now. You need multiples? Oh yeah. Oh, how to level up arcanes. Yeah, you just need multiple of them. For a rank 5 arcane, it takes 21. For rank 3 arcanes, it takes 11. I believe it's 11. Is it alright to ask for advice in the chat? I mean, it depends on advice about what, I suppose, but yes. Also, just realized my keys and stuff are still in my pocket, so I'm gonna get rid of that. What are we up to today? Very chilled. Just doing
that's pretty
Void
good.
Storms, ideally, as long as there's like a halfway decent one up. About Warframe? Oh, very much so. Also, Care, thank you for the resub, appreciated it. Okay. But yeah, this is like the general like dispenser build. I mean, it's not much different from the Roar build. They're very similar. I mean, I just prefer message over secrets. It's very simple. But yeah, in terms of aura on like this build though, it should be Energy Siphon, just because you want to like spend as much time as you can in the pilot seat of the Railjack, of course. I finally have Gloom subsumed. Fuck yeah. Just Grineer Void Storms are up? Isn't that good then? Don't they... Wait, no. Is it only the Corpus ones that have the keys in them? I thought it was both. I could be wrong. You can fit Energy Siphon? Oh, wait, no, you're right. These are the same polarity. I don't even need a Forma for this. I was thinking about Brief Respite earlier, and they're different. Yeah, no, I guess... Yeah, no, I don't even need a Forma. Both do Grineer is good? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Having data corrupted, and I deleted Warframe and got it downloaded again. Still getting data corrupted. I wouldn't try installing it into a different folder. That should fix the problem. Give it a different install location after you uninstall it. And then fully delete the old folder. Is it worth to swap my Hunter Adrenaline for Blind Rage on Chroma? I mean, they do literally the opposite things. How? Whenever you go to install Warframe, especially through Steam, it'll give you like where to install it. We give it a new location. There's a Veil Skirmish up for the next hour. Perfect. That's what I love to see. You love to see it. You can throw an Aura Form again. It's true.
Shut up and take my money.
Oh, you're on PS4 and you're getting a corruption. With that, I would do like a hard reset on your PS4 after uninstalling and then reinstall it. Welcome, Zarek. Also, thank you very much for the resub. Watching you review Operator Cosmetics the other day inspired me to finally make mine look decent. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, for anybody that did not see the fashion stream, we have set this up now. Speaking of Chroma, it's the Prime Noggle that I'm missing from the first 25 Prime Warframes. But I think this setup looks quite nice. Our Jumpstart pack's good, and is it worth buying a box? If you can get the box for like MSRP, which is like 100, 110, or lower sometimes, absolutely. Jumpstart is a fantastic set. I would really encourage you to play it with other people because the Jumpstart as a format I find really fun. So if you've got another person to play it with, then it becomes twice as worth it to buy a box, honestly. I have extra boxes of Jumpstart that I just keep around in case me and Sarah just want to be like, you know, take 4 packs, play a game. Finally have the proper shit needed to do Eidolon hunts, not fast, but I can. Nice.
Shut up and take my money.
Tangle, thank you very much for the 12-month resub. No, that's not almost a year. That is a 12 month.
Almost a year.
Much appreciated, Tangle. Oh, I am in solo. God, I don't want to do Silver Grove, but I need them Umbral Forma. Wait, why would you need to do Silver Grove? Oh, do you mean for... I assume that's on the Nightwave this week, then? Oh, yeah. I mean, this is so simple, right? You don't want to do this? This is super simple. We can run this real quick. Zark, are you in? I mean, we could do that real quick. I think I might have one of the things sitting around. You don't have any Apothecs? Okay, well, here, hold on. Let's try and get, like, two crews for it. I think I have an Apothec. Let me do a double check that I have an Apothec. I think I have a few. Yeah, I have a little chunk of them, just a few. But yeah, if someone else in the party has Apothecs, if you want to jump out and like try and grab some people from chat, and we can just like run 2 squads real quick. I'm down to get that real quick. That's super fast. We can do that mega easy. Coupon has an Apothec. Yeah, if anybody's trying to get that challenge done, let's get some groups together. Let's get everybody through with that one. That one's super simple stuff. You think Nova and Mag will be the most expensive primes in like 2 years due to everyone not having Aya when they dropped? No, because Nova and Mag are popular. People will farm them. The most expensive primes are going to be the ones that have a subtle demand. Also, Zark, what's your in-game name? It is Zark in-game, right? Pretty sure. I'm almost certain that's the case. Same switch? Okay, yeah, I was pretty sure. DM me real quick. Unless you're going to join Coupon or something, then just, like, let me know. And that's fine, too. You're the one who brought it up, though, so I want to make sure you get in. Your Wisp got a Karen cut, no cap. Yeah, that's been going around. The new skins are not out yet, unfortunately. Vasius has no Apothecs, okay. And then Nova or Shroomy, do either of you have Apothecs? Nova does not. Shroomy, do you have Apothecs? Am I the only one that builds the Apothecs? Welcome, Bri. It is going quite well. And Jeremy also doesn't. Shit. I can log in and host a squad. Okay. Zark, let me know if you get into Coupon squad. Or getting into Swans as well. I always have Apothecs just in case. I usually build them just whenever I have enough of the stuff. It's so hard to find people to run Apothecs with. Oh yeah, because I mean you don't end up on Earth very often anymore, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can't even build that many of them. Might as well build one of each, though. It's gonna run me completely out of lunar pictures, oh no. Y'all need to run more Oxalis for free Apothecs. Oh, you know what? Whenever we go down there, I will actually switch to Oxalis just so he can like maybe give me a little refund here. You gotta remember though, Oxalis is tier 5
Shut up and take my
Fortuna,
money.
which even that is a lot of people ain't have that. Knight and Bri, thank you very much both for the
Shut up
resubs.
and
I
take my
appreciate
money.
it. First, maybe do this. I got all 3 of Gauss's parts with no dupes and 6 rounds of
Nice.
disruption. Fuck yeah. Need 2 more for Apothic. Whisper me. Dope. Coupon's got space, so that's fantastic. Aquatic life forms, and then botanist. Yep. Okay, good. All right. I'm gonna presume that Zark can get in then. So Zark, you should be all good. Just messaging Coupon if you're not in Swan's squad. Yeah, we'll head down there real quick. If anybody's looking to get the squad ups, we're out here doing it. This is, you know, it's as good as time as any to get that Nightwave done. Finally got to rank 5 with Fortuna, and I'm now broke because of how many credits I've spent on Ticker to avoid Death Armor. Oh, you know what we should do? Well, no, I don't. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just make it easy. I was like, we should put it on Steel Path. No, fuck that. Unnecessary. Where do you get that Oxalis mod? That comes from Samaris, I believe. I'm pretty sure he sells it. I'm pretty sure it's the Samaris mod. The bronze one? Scan aquatic life forms is he comes with that by default. That's just one of the things Oxalis does. My Mesa's glitched so that she can target Eidolon Cenovias? Glitched so that she can target Eidolon Cenovias? That sounds like a feature. Maybe somebody at DE really loves Mesa. Oh, that could be like a preview for coming attractions. Maybe they're gonna make it so that Mesa can like notice Cenovia for like some new content, perhaps. Oh, found it. Scan aquatic life forms. I didn't get it. You might have broken it down or something, but whenever you build Oxalis, you get it automatically. Everyone needs to be in aura range to get the achievement. Oh yeah, I was waiting for everybody to be here. Okay, we're all good? All good. I don't know where they spawned, but they died. They died as they lived without being seen. Well, you're not wrong. Alright, what do we get? Sure, Atlantis Vulcan, why not? So I count Cenovia as normal enemy, so I use radiation and cold build on irregulars. Interesting. Alright, now we can just roll some other stuff. Yeah, I'm so far behind in that I wave on my main. Yeah, nothing too hard. Got you killing the Apothic Spectre, take Wukong with Kubazar, find Grove, cast Wuklone, slap the Apothic out of the shrine, and grab loot, leave. Yep. That's correct. Alright, Void Storms, looking at Skirmishes. Skirmishes are going to be best here as long as they're in the Veil. Don't really care what I'm opening up. Well, I am maxed out on Void Traces, though, so I suppose I should try for something. I'll spend them as we go, though. Also, Hydralisk kill on the same level as a Silver Grove Spectre. I mean, the Silver Grove Spectre might actually be a little more obscure, if I'm honest with you. Obscure, yes. Difficult, no? Yeah. Wait until I have enough energy for this. How much energy is it exactly? I need 95, okay. Oh, that's dead. Okay, well, fair enough. Can't argue with that. Oh, also, if you're on, like, the main gun, if you're using the Photors, one of, like, the nice things is that, like, you can put the heat procs and stuff on here, because I think there's usually armor that factors in to these for your bottom cannon, so it can make pretty much any shot lethal. Obviously, you should shoot the sides anyway, though.
Another one, and another one, and another one.
Frank, thank you for
and
gifting 2
another
subs to
one.
Postal and Rhythm. Much appreciate it.
Give
mouse
Prank
is
thank you
escaping.
for gifting subs.
There we go.
Shut up and take my money.
A whole last year, I guess.
There we go. We're burned. Oh, hello, everyone. You're all dead now. Who was doing Apothic? I did the Apothic. On our run. Also, Handle, thank you for the resub. Much appreciated. Fucking 12 months, dude. What? But 4K. My question is 4K. Oh, we're all good. Okay, good. Oh, did I not? No, I did get enough. Okay. I was real concerned for a moment there. Isn't Vasculok with Shattering Impact the best armor stripper besides the Stropha? Yeah. Yeah, the Vasculok is fastest. Also, that counts as an Exterminator. Forgot about that. Oh, hey, Stevagoth Neuroptics. Very nice. No Nidus parts in this era, unfortunate. What's a rare people actually want? Maybe this one. What do you expect in the new Warframe cinematic trailer? What do I expect in the trailer? I have no idea. I mean, the setup for the quest, I guess, is the answer.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Attention, void storm imminent. This will get a little bumpy. Ship killer platform spotted in sector. This is now a priority target. Fighters incoming. Keep them off the ship.
Be aware. This storm is tearing open void fissures at your destination.
Heading close to them. Strengthening any craft. Get on board. Shut it down. Maintain anti-fighter cover. They are about to break.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and then take a look inside.
Oh, was that not far enough over?
Hit them with all we have got.
Get this thing real quick. There we go.
The core, now. Away crew, wrecking time. Destroy marked components.
Oh, I mean, the Cernos Prime Blueprint. That's a pretty obvious choice, huh?
Pacified. Ship killer platform.
Are there any common, uncommon former relics other than the Mesa T1? I do not know. Especially not if they're in current rotation or not. No clue. Okay, well, we've got 2 of 3 pieces for Sevagoth, so if anyone was looking to get their extra Sevagoth, I think you're about to have it. I've still yet to get one of, like, the bundles of those credits for the purposes of, like, getting these weapons that I'm trying to get here. Like, I've actually never gotten one. Farm Tortilla with a friend. That farm is so AIDS. Is it? I think that farm's super easy. Metacrypt charge works in Grendel missions. Oh, interesting. What a mysterious miss.
A hereby post put on is strengthening the figure. Strengthening for us. This will be a pain in the neck. Take it out. Bogies on scope. Good hunting.
Detecting void energy accumulation inside your objective. Fissures.
Shut up and take my money.
The barrel. Ship killer platform identified. This is a priority target. Infiltrate and disable. It is impossible to say how many innocents may have already lost their lives to it. Ship reinforcement has arrived.
There we go. Interesting, the ship killer appears to be firing at the Grenier, which I guess is fine.
Shut up and take my money.
3 years. That's a big chunk of time.
Indeed.
Especially these last 2.
Absolutely. Yeah, these last 2 have been a time. Insomniac, thank you so much for the 36-month resub. Much appreciate it. Alright. Dead ship.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Heads up. Ready air crochet. Think what you can and get it out. Remember what happened last time. Void storm intensifying. We have a pulse
There we go.
turbine reinforcing enemy fighters. I need an away crew on the inside. Decrypting archive. Crew, you might find this interesting. Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. Scratch 1 crew ship. 1 down. 1 to go.
Fighters, we're only at 51 out of 82? For real?
Last that radiator.
Hopefully we have enough.
Opportunity.
I didn't even realize we were so low on fighters. I mean, there's nothing we can do if it's just bugged to not spawn enough.
Pulse turbine rendered inoperative.
Using Shadowburst to take down the cruise ship shields fast? Oh yeah, same.
Away crew. Wrecking time. Destroy marked components.
Oh.
They have launched fighters.
They have, the fighters have been Macrossed. Yeah, the fighters have seen the anime Macross. Whoopsie. Whoop. Actually, I have 3 of those helmets. I'm fine.
Tenno has exited the rail track.
That's 1200 endo. I guess I'm not gonna turn that down, huh? Well, the fighters realized the only winning move was not to play. It's really true. Oh, Phoenix Blaze. Brah. Alright, let's go again. I have this random flawless hanging out. Sure, why not? It's got a Zephyr part in it. A reminder, if you're going to make a vid on farming holokeys, mention you don't have to run a relic. You get holokeys anyway. That's true. I mean, you really should run a relic, though. Like, with how easy it is to get relics. Oh, I'm receiving a call. One moment.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Void storm rolling in. Batten down the hatches. Crew. Energy signatures indicate the presence of a Grenier ship killer platform. Infiltrate and neutralize. Alert. Enemy fighters have been scrambled. Tenno disembarking.
Okay, I return.
Tenno,
What's phone call?
detecting void energy accumulation inside your
Also, as was the case with yesterday's stream, it's fairly unlikely for this stream, but this stream can end at any time. Like, The current status of things where I am right now is that at any moment this stream could end and I gotta go. But yeah, just so everyone's aware.
The enemy have called in a cruise ship. Situation evolving. We have one less patrol ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets. Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. I am seeing a lot of fighter shrapnel. Pilot morale destabilizing. Continue.
You seen Samurai Doggo coming in the new Genshin update? I did see that. That shit's adorable.
Core is vulnerable. Turbine next. Our enemy has lost the advantage. Excellent.
Just fire all the missiles.
Place. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Enemy fighters are routing. Fires. Ship killer.
Yes, Eric called because she was scared.
Target. I need 10 inside yesterday.
Any other way.
Abandoned government nearby. Eyes open. We do not know what is off that thing. Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Ready. Radiator exposed. Open fire. Decrypting archives. Crew. You might find this interesting. Scratch one cruise ship. We have one less cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention. Remaining targets. One radiator down. Make it two.
About to be two.
Away crew. Wrecking time. Destroy.
And I want you to stop firing missiles. I'll tell you to stop firing missiles.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Bingo. Crew. Crash that radiator.
Where's this other fucking... So many explosions are happening.
Destroy the core. Now.
There's gotta be one more...
Destroy them.
One more ship. One more cruise ship. But why? Oh, there it is. Why are you doing a frame rate go down? Oh man, the Kavasa Prime Kubro collar. Just say guy if you want to go, that's fair. Here was my game of the year 2019, which is a high bar. Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed that main game. The DLC's pretty cool too, even though we're not done with it. Hey, that's my first drop of Hollow Keys ever, I think, on this account. Literally before now, my free-to-play through had gotten more. Oh, a Spectra Vandal handle. Wow. A Vandal handle. Three more runs? It's only 4 drops? No, that's true. Guessing the Hollow Key weapons are a ways off. Yeah, I mean... It's either a ways off or very close. It's very random. Yeah, somewhere between 3 and actually infinity runs. It's really true. Hey, at least I'm getting like these things ranked while I'm in the meantime here. There's a real benefit. Like, if you're just planning to be the pilot in Railjack, like you notice I'm not using my primary or secondary at all, and they're getting a decent amount of levels doing this. Like, it's actually not bad. Like, it's like a very casual leveling thing where like you only might need to use your primary and secondary. Like, it's pretty cool and about like getting you the XPs.
Transforming inside naval vessels. Be on high alert.
Any of the Holocu weapons even good? They're actually all decent-ish. Like, their stats are all good. Like, for their weapon types, they are good. If not, like, actually the best. But I wouldn't say any of them are, like, groundbreaking based on what I know of them right now. Obviously, I do not have any of them. I could look at their stats. So many missiles. I'm such a huge fan of the amount of missiles you can fire. We'll hit this first.
There it is. Blast that radiator. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Storm is becoming more severe.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Radiator down. Away crew. Expose the next radiator.
Boink.
Away crew. Wrecking time. Destroy marked components.
Okay, and then after that, we're all good.
Bingo. Crew, trash that radiator. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye.
Sure, I'll take an Equinox BP. Why not?
Destroy the
Good enough holokeys to get one weapon. Which one's the most worth it? I would say it's highly likely that the sword and shield is the most worth it one, because the stance is the best one.
platform down. Sector cleared. That should make things easier for civilian traffic. Closing out the mission.
Yeah, you know, this like 1200, 400, anytime that happens, it feels quite worth it, I would say. Because it was a 3.5 minute mission. If you get like 1800 endo from one of these, that feels nice, yeah?
More enthusiasm.
Not to mention, you know, double relicing it up.
Fire crew, attention needed.
Okay. That's 2200 endo. That feels really nice. Okay, it keeps going. I feel like that. Is it showing me more than it was supposed to? How much fucking endo did we just get?
Fire alert. Resolved.
Oh, these are Cronin blades. That's actually like a meta weapon. I'll save. Oh, those are Nakana. I have a lot of these rares for weapons that mean like are actually meaningful. Okay, all right. Does anything need a specific build to be utilized for profiteer speedrunning? It's just like your like generic build with like not hunter munitions, basically. It's just so it does like decent damage whenever you put it into infinite punch through mode. Yeah, 7k altogether really doesn't feel bad at all. Yeah, I mean I'm quite happy with that. 7k into in less than 20 minutes. Yeah, that's super solid. And I mean, you combine that with like, I mean, the credit gains are decent. The XP that I'm getting feels good. I mean, like, legitimately from like a lot of avenues, the Void Storms are pretty good. At least on like skirmishes and stuff. You know, we're getting a good amount of relics. It's a nice like mid to high of a lot of different things. With special at some point. Thank you, Little Fire. Like a sixth of a prime mod. Actually, it's almost a fourth.
Near operational capacity in this sector. Targets marked. Detected. Single person attack craft. Prepare to engage. Dropping Tenno out of airlock.
We have, oh yeah, we haven't even turned all the parts into Endo. That's really true.
Is tearing open void fissures at your destination.
Incoming ground sleds. About to ring the doorbell.
These mans are dead.
Clearing the sector will be difficult while it is operational. Take it out of commission.
Man, having a Wisp on dispenser really feels OP. Like, legitimately.
Looks like we kicked the nest. Renear cruise ship has punched in. Radiator exposed. Open fire. Again. Key components marked. Destroy them. Hull breach. Venting Atmo.
Doop-de-doop-de-doo.
Critical. Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Reading. Enemy pilots are panicking. Get up. Repressurizing.
Now much more TA with Prime Flow and 2 dispensaries, ultimate in piloting technology. Yeah, no, that's fully fair.
Core is vulnerable.
Yeah, just being able to subsume dispensary really means that you can make anyone you want like a good pilot, which really is very nice. I mean, obviously it's like anyone you want restriction, you must have at least a okay strength and like an okay amount of
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
okay amount of duration.
Storm is becoming more severe. Crew, we have a derelict vessel on scope. Strange place for a hangar. Find out why it is here. Crew,
These fucking missiles.
and get out.
I love that they reacquire targets. What a fucking badass thing for missiles to do.
They call some friends. Enemy cruise ship has punched in.
Missiles are just like, never mind, that guy's dead.
Scratch one cruise ship. Radiator down. Away crew. Expose the next radiator. Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. Equipping archive. Crew, you might find this interesting. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
I do really like these main guns.
Cruise ship down. That is a Translators inbound. Roll out the welcome back. Enemy cruise ship has arrived. They are powering weapons.
Oh, that Dock Destroyer can be another one of our kills. We almost kill enough fighters, too.
Rainier interceptors alerted. Contact imminent. You can clone your jets. Downloading specs. Good work. Scratch one crew ship.
Must have more AI than the rest of the game. I mean, hey, missile AI, a little on the like easy side, right? Go towards target, explode. We need 3 more ship kills. Where are my 3 more ships? Solar Farm Grendel for my helmet, and fuck whoever thought those missions were a good idea. Yeah, that sucks. Hey, there's all 3 of them. Goodbye. Imagine trying to escape.
Drawing a line under this one.
Biggest issues are just too long. Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely fair. I mean, if they were 5 minutes and like 5 waves or whatever, I think very few people would complain, you know what I mean? Bruh, I'm like 1 Sevagal chassis away from just being like, hey, there's a whole other Sevagal. Oh man, the Oberon Neuroptics, the dream, boys. Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. What's Oberon? It's Oberon, who, buddy?
About to ring the doorbell. Have been grid. This is our home. Defend it. I'll blame them for trying. Ship secured.
Don't you feel rewarded? I feel like they shouldn't have changed where Oberon came from is what I feel. So I like Dark Souls more than I should, and I didn't hate the Grendel missions. I get why people hate them though. Yeah.
Another job well executed.
Nice. Tenet Tetra and Tenet Cycron. I got all the mastery out of them now. Check them off the list. You Voidstorm farming? I mean, this is pretty chill. And like rewards wise, this is aight. We got 11 relics, like 8,000 endo, 700,000 credits, plus all these prime parts, and all these pieces get turned into endo. So that's like, you know, we're at least over 10,000 endo, I think. So that's really nice. You're gonna be doing the Grendel farm in the free-to-play gap? No. What do you need Grendel for? I mean, like, the key to doing the Grendel farm is to farm Octavia first, I'll be, like, super honest with you. Although I've heard people have had success with Hildryn, because obviously. And I bet Lavos is actually, like, an okay choice for doing the Grendel missions, because LOL, he doesn't use, like, any ability stats effectively.
Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. Enemy fighter support has been halved. One radiator down. Make it 2.
Pretty much any Warframe that, like, breaks the rules on, like, what abilities do are, like, decent for the Grendel missions. Is pretty much how it works.
Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. There it is.
I just did it with Hildren, but you need her pillage augment. That makes sense.
Opportunity. Core is exposed. Away crew. Wrecking time. Destroy marked components.
Also, Fragor Prime Gober. Oh yeah, for sure. It turns out that like base 2x multiplier is pretty meaningful. Which you wouldn't necessarily think that it is, but it really does matter.
Has detonated. Ready. Eyes open.
Because it does say double damage on it.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
We broke them. Skies are clear of fighter cover. Void storm intensifying. We have company. Premier cruise ship on scope. Decrypting archives. Crew, you might find this interesting. Interesting. Premier hangar. Here for a reason. Find out that reason and steal it.
Excuse me.
Radiator exposed. Open fire. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Ram sleds inbound. Prepare to repel borders.
There we go.
Alert. Enemy cruise ship has translated into the sector. Expose the second radiator. Bingo. Crew, trash that radiator. We have one less cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets. Alert. Enemy cruise ship on scope. Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Ship secure. Good work.
Do-do-do.
We have one less cruise ship to be concerned.
So I can zoom in around, fucking killing them.
Remaining targets. Prototype destroyer on lockdown. Rupture the hangar's core to disable lockdown.
The dispenser also does give me energy. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, because you're getting the vacuum through the floor. There we go. Only need to kill one more. Time for death.
Acquired and copied. Excellent work. We can get out of here.
Wow. Start to dump efficiency on Hildren if I have duration. I mean, it depends on the way you're playing Hildren. Like, if you're playing her like she's a shield version of a Naros, then, like, it depends.
Cruise ship has gone bye-bye.
What do I want here? Probably the Zocti Prime Receiver. It's probably correct. It's smart to dump Hildren into the Helminth. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. It's a little rude, but you're not wrong. Hell yeah. 2 of 4, boys and girls. Yeah, 2 of 4 really feels a lot better than 2 of 7, huh? Oh man, them there are Oberon Raptic. Oh yeah, I forgot that's in this mission. There it is. Those are tradable, by the way. Putting 30 frames into Helmet should unlock another infested frame. I don't think they'd make the farm that long. However, I do think, this is a thing that I do think, I think that you should get a small Noggle of Helmet whenever you've subsumed all the frames in the current patch. The helmet, the noggle, please. Yep.
Another job.
His little Deku seed looking ass.
Attention. Void storm imminent. The explosive little
Serotonin reaching critical levels, hell yeah.
fighter launch detected. Bogies closing in. Nuclear placement of post-turbine nucleus layer power extended to infinity. We do not.
It looks like we had like another hour of stream left. Like I said, it was gonna be a short one. Just because I do have to get up at 8 a.m. And use for Wisp's motes as captain. I mean, it keeps you like healed up and everything if you get boarded or anything like that. You can also set them on like the Arcwing exit, and it does affect the Arcwings. So that's also a consideration that's very nice for the rest of the crew. Basically, Wisp is the best support in the game, TLDR. Leveling the last secondary for mastery. It's the Stug. Nice. You know, how goes the storms? Pretty well. We got 20 of the corrupted hollow keys so far, so that's nice progress.
Shut up and take my money.
Yo, is this the F2P or the regular account?
No, it's just the regular
Also,
account.
Nabai 5 bits. Blah 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 blah.
Also, just thank you for the 5,000 fucking bits. Much fucking appreciated. But yeah, this is just on the regular account because I need the corrupted hollow keys still on the main, and they're considerably less important for the free to play through. Turns out, just because this is one of like the few things left to do on my main account. Just gonna have any issues to use. I have an idea we're going through. Thank you, Lycan.
That's it. You opened the relic.
Also, Phoenix, thank you for the resub. Almost missed it. Thank you. Much appreciate it.
Bingo. Crew, trash that radiator.
I mean, yeah, I'll take a Nova Prime blueprint. Why not? Thanks, doing well. My favorite Twitch for streamer for almost 3 years. Warframe has been my favorite game for a long time. You guys help me. You're cute to much love. Thank you, Curtis. Much appreciated. Yeah, things should be as okay as they can be around here.
Pulse turbine rendered inoperative.
Oh, hey, a Radiant Relic.
Shut up and take my money.
Playing field. Turbine offline. The queens will not be happy.
Also, Paranoid, thank you for the resub. Much appreciate it. Why do most people hate Railjack? Well, a lot of people played the release of it, which was not good, and then never went back. And I think that's like a big reason for like just like the general dislike. But it's gotten a lot better, and some people just like want to play
Dibs
on the
the
ground
next open
Warframe.
spot. Then, unless there isn't one before the end of the stream,
Fair.
then you can just put these bits towards, I don't know, whatever you usually put them towards. Hookers and blow.
I believe it's called cardboard crack. I believe is the term. Also, just thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. That being said, Corpus Railjack sucks. I mean, yeah, well, the reason Corpus Railjack sucks is because Corpus Railjack is not actually Railjack. It's just a bad reward table on a mission that exists regularly on the ground. Be here with the initial taste of Railjack, can you blame them for not wanting anything to do with it anymore? No, not at all. Yeah, speaking of the cardboard crack, I was just relaxing and I was building a new deck. This is Kaidel and Jessica. I don't know, I was keeping it pretty budget. I was trying to figure out a decent win condition because I don't have a teamer deck. So I was like, what do I want to do with this? If anybody knows like a decent, like reasonable budget win con for Kaidel Jessica that's not too crazy, let me know. The point of it is to be like, it's like a wheelie deck that makes like a lot of mana with Kaidel and then outlets that mana, not infinite, outside of like a really specific combo, into Jessica to win the game.
Cruise ship reinforcement has arrived.
Because if you spend enough mana on Jessica, that will kill your opponents. But it's a lot of mana. Actually, what's the minimum amount of mana you have to spend on Jessica in order to win the game? I don't know. If anybody wants to do the math on that and let me know, like, if you cast Kaidel once, what's the amount of times you need to cast Jessica to win the game? Because you can assume you're going to cast Kaidel one time. Because Jessica will start at 2, and then it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 to each player. And you just need to get to 40, basically.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Grumish, thank you for the resub, much appreciate it.
Scratch one cruise ship. Intruder alert. Full squad. Small arms. I want those amateurs off my ship.
8 times. Okay, so you gotta do... That's a lot of mana. It's a considerable amount of mana.
Experimental Grineer war vessel. Locked down tight. Take it for a spin. I want to read.
That's what, 2... Wanna get Z... Okay, so... I could add it up real quick, but I won't. Just like the amount of mana you spend on Jessica, it's, what is it? It's 3, 5... 3, 5, 7... 3, 5, 7, 9, 11... 13... 15, 17... Oof. Yeah, that seems like a really reasonable win condition if you can make it happen. Maybe I'll put actual crew fix in that deck just to be able to hoard mana, and then maybe also the artifact that helps you hoard mana. That might be good. Maybe try and do some like other X spell win cons as well. I basically want to use that deck as like I want to make a lot of mana, but not infinite mana really. You know what I mean? And I might actually take out the combo that makes one of them go infinite. Because there's some combos with Kydel that make a fuckload of mana, but they don't make infinite mana. You basically have to add like one of the untappers with Chromatic Orrery, which is 10 mana plus Kydel, and that feels like pretty fair because you also have to have Kydel. You have to have drawn multiple cards that turn. So it's a pretty involved combo. It takes like 4 cards and a shitload of mana. Although I guess Chromatic Orrery, if you're casting that first, is really only 2 mana, so there's a consideration to be made there. Isn't infinite illegal? Doesn't it need to be an arbitrarily large amount of mana? I mean, sure, but the ability to create infinite mana, and like I mean, once you've made a Googleplex, it's unlikely you'll need more. That's usually my favored to go for is a Googleplex because it's just like an amount that can't realistically even be spent. I assume you're running Nyxbloom Ancient, so I'm trying to keep the deck like semi-budget. Otherwise, I absolutely would be for obvious reasons. That card's just amazing. I actually don't own a Nyxbloom Ancient though, so that might make a really, really good excuse just to buy it. Because I'm pretty sure that those are $30. I could be wrong. If somebody's about to correct me and be like, no, Nyxblooms are only 8, I'll go buy one right now. Man, more Oberon Neuroptics, huh? Getting these credits is a bonus. The Spectral Vandal handle, once again, the Vandal handle. We have so many relics, it's nice though. I mean, I appreciate it. Using these Ekifotor, I remember the integration being buggy. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. It's got Mag Prime, and damn, I'm gonna need to whip out my wallet to buy a skin. Yeah, Mag Prime's helmet is like... Yeah. See, here's the thing about Mag Prime's helmet, is I actually kind of like Mag Prime's helmet in a vacuum. It's just that Mag Prime herself is kind of too scrawny for it. Like, it's the head of a Cyclops, but she doesn't have, like, the muscles of a Cyclops, you know what I mean? Like, that, think about that helmet on, like, a frame that's more like Hildren, and you're like, okay. I love it when they just spawn in and then get eaten by the missiles. So give the new Valkyrie Deluxe skin to Mag? Yeah, sure. Might as well. It's a little non-fitting for Mag's purposes, though. I really wish you could get rid of Mag's, like, bib that she has on her Deluxe. We leave this one enemy. It's just gonna make us come back for it, right? There we go. Glad we've all come to the conclusion on the correct Railjack abilities.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Cruise ship down. That clears up some space.
You see a mag skin halfway between Mag and Wisp. I could see that.
One down, one to go. Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. Ram sleds inbound. Roll out the welded mat. Boom. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining.
Yeah, EMP plus like the shrapnel burst is really nice. Or what is shatter burst? Not shrapnel, shatter burst.
Fire crew, stand down. Prototype craft, one of a kind. It would be terrible if someone stole it. We have one less probe ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
Big fan of Magdeluxe. Yeah, I don't like the bib on it. I think there's like a lot of it that's cool, but the bib on it really just is like, eh. Oh shit. Well, I guess we didn't need to kill that guy, huh? Wow, that's the easiest choice in the whole world. And Aros. Blackout Pulse, Shatterburst, Seeker Volley. Yep. What is he hunting for? Oh, I'm just getting the Tenet weapons, ideally. So, the Corrupted Hollow Keys. Yeah, one more drop and we have one. Yeah, that feels... Oh, bonus form blueprint. Nice, okay. Sure. I forgot that was even in here. Wow, over on Neuroptics again. We're so lucky. Spectra Vandal Barrel, okay. The Spectral Vandal set is tradable, right? I believe it is. Here, let's do a turn in at the dry dock and just kind of like get the rewards like locked in. Make sure we don't lose anything. Yep, tradable. Does it go for anything? I know it's pretty much just mastery, but like 20 to 30 plat for a full set. Okay, sure, that's not nothing.
Well executed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about these rewards. Like, I mean, whenever we get to the dry dock, we'll check real quick, like, all these weapons that I got, because I don't think I have anything else, like, sitting in the dry dock. So we'll see how much endo we got in weapons, because we got, like, 8,500 from just raw drops. Oh no, so there's a little bit extra here. Most of it was from what we just got, though. That's 13,000 right there. I mean, I could pretty confidently say that at least 9,000 of that is probably from what we just did. You got 12K? Okay. Oh yeah, I mean that seems pretty correct as well, because I think it was only like these couple little Mark 1s and stuff that I had even left in here. Yeah, I mean, if you just got 12,000 and we had 8,000 raw, that's 20k in how long? Hour and a half? I mean, that feels pretty good. That's like not bad. Like for such such a chill time, right? Like that's like a big major point. Is like we're cracking some relics, we're getting some credits. Like the endo is also there. Like yeah, it's like yeah. This is like it's a really good general farm. Like I can see why people do it. Like there's definitely reason to do so. Especially because with crew you can still do it pretty easily. Like obviously whenever you're like in an actual squad, things are always going to be smoother, but still. Great for a bulk farm, get some endo, some credits, some affinity, some of everything. Oh yeah. Alright, speaking of the arsenal, I can get my other tenet weapon maxed that I need to max, which is unfortunately the flux rifle, but you know. Here, I don't think I have any more. Oh no, the Diplos still need it. Makes my weapon quality really, really low, but whatever. Just trying to grab the mastery because I can just like chill out and do this, you know what I mean? Oh, whoopsies. I counted wrong. Oh, well, this is like a gimmick anyway, right? Although, I mean, fire rate doesn't really matter too much. I mean, they're at 103, though. The difference isn't going to actually really matter. Yeah, whatever. I'm not. It's not like I'm going to fire this thing anyhow. It didn't let me choose a relic. Just can't put a lens on a 5-form weapon unless it has the 5-form in it. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't put a lens on something unless it's max rank. Hold on. It didn't, like, let me choose a relic. I don't know why. I've never used the Temestari skin. I always have this weird texture glitch where the aura thing just covers all the windows. Interesting. Working very little with New War, so close. Or like they released some new meta mods. Oh yeah, I mean for me it's mostly just to like drain the mastery out of the few things I don't have it from, you know what I mean? Oh. Okay, had a little hang up there. A little bit. Here for anyone in Arcwing.
Void storm rolling in. Batten down the heavens. A missile battery is operating in this vicinity. Clear first step in Rainier efforts to control this sector. Neutralize. Be careful. Incoming fighters. Get to stations.
Void storms mean a high probability of void fissures forming inside nearby vessels. Be on high alert.
Rainier hangar. Here for a reason. Find out that reason and steal
I don't mean to fire missiles yet.
incoming ground sleds. About to ring the doorbell. Crew. Void seek formation detected near you.
Yeah, Shatterburst is so good.
Enemy cruise ship has punched
I would actually like maybe argue that Shatterburst is better than the missiles,
bingo.
like in like a decent number of cases. Just because Shatterburst like also like downs shields on ships and stuff, like it does quite a bit.
Radiator exposed. Open fire. Prototype destroyer on lockdown. Rupture the hangar's core to disable lockdown.
Four things Megapixel serve just refused to use the skin. Valid.
That's it. You opened the battle. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Acquired. We know people who can make good use of this. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye.
Do they change when you form a warframe? I formed a frame and I have access to all abilities. I think it's a bug. That is not a bug. That is a feature. Yeah, they made it so that it's equivalent to your MR. You get the abilities that you'd have to start. So if you're at least MR 10, you'll start with at least the base level of all of your abilities, which is such a good change. I mean, obviously, I think that I was talking about it for a long time.
Enemy fighter support has been halved. Equipping archives. Crew. You might find this interesting. Cruise ship reactor has detonated.
Which are those? These are the ZT Photors. They're very nice.
Dropping 10 out of airlock. Each crasher. Near cruise ship. Target. Missile battery. Orders. Delivered. Objective. Expose radiators. Destroy core. Translate launch. Optimus inbound. Alert. Enemy cruise ship on scope.
Another percentage for an ephemera on liches. I'm trying to get my 6th one now. I think it's 20%. 20% sounds right. Pretty sure that's correct. I know we have the actual number. %, 1 in 5 on average. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I still need to get all of like the sisters ephemeras, and those ones are really nice. So. Haven't gotten an ephemera in 12 or 13 liches. That's an oof. That's very unlucky. I'd love Sister Ephemera and like 10 sisters. That's okay. See, now that's the opposite. That's crazy lucky. Think a mag build can fit adaptation? I mean, it can. The question is whether or not it should. Like for mag, like she's just not going to get like as bulky as you'd want because she doesn't have like a base level DR to work with outside of course regular shield DR. So like, you know, you might be better off just going with like rolling guard, honestly, in a case like that. Because rolling guard is going to give you like a real extra layer and also a status cleanse, which can matter. Destroy the radiator. Where's the thing at?
One radiator down. Ring 2. Incoming round slice. About to ring the doorbell. Hull breach. Immediate repair required.
Saildren's ability is worth assuming onto Mag. Yeah. I mean, like, there's an argument for and an argument against, but I definitely think it's worthwhile.
Opportunity. Core is exposed. Not to nag, but in short order, everything that is inside this ship will be outside this ship. Key components marked. Destroy them. Crisis averted. Mission continues.
Sure, I guess I'll take the uncommon.
Away crew.
Would you replace on Mag in that case? I'm guessing her 1. Honestly, her 3. Because obviously you can't replace her 2. That's stupid. You can't replace her 4. It's a nice survivability skill. And her 3 does like the same thing but worse. Hey, there's a whole Sevagoth set. Anyone in the party, if you needed your extra Sevagoth, you now have it.
They entered into a rec center.
Yeah, the more I like mess with like Railjack stuff, the more it's like, yeah, this is a worth it farm. Because like for the free to play through, like it's like, you know, it takes a bit of work to get there, but like it's like, you know, there's stuff. There's reasons to do it. Oh boy, 15 Forma. Hey, for subsuming, you can have the helmet, eat it, and then you can just use Gloom on other Warframes that don't need 15 Forma. Or want 15 Forma, rather. Of course. I would really like to get one more drop just so I can wait for a decent Tenet melee. Three augments a good defense tool. Let's assume her 1 if anything. I mean, Hildren's Pillage is also a good defense tool, like just by default, no augment, you know what I mean?
Attention. Void storm imminent. This will get a little bumpy.
So it looks fun to play, but I'm certainly wary about putting that much Forma into a non-prime. Yeah.
For housekeeping.
I think a lot of people like just won't invest that, which is fully valid.
Encounter. Send a message. Incoming attack craft.
The message was missiles.
Light them up. Latino has exited the railjack.
Detecting void energy accumulation inside your jacket. Fissures.
Ground slates inbound. Prepare to repel the boarders. We're near dry dock. They are working on something. I want to know what. Infiltrate. Radiator exposed. Open fire. One down. One to go. I am seeing a lot of fighter shrapnel. Pilot morale destabilizing. Continue.
There we go.
Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. R&D facility. Steer the command crew ship. I want copies of everything. Crew ship has gone bye-bye.
It's firing so many missiles in front of us. This'll get them. Just.
Acquired and copied. Excellent work. We can get out of here.
Oh, no energize proc. Make me sad. Oh, there it is.
Fighters neutralized. This is where the
I love when they spawn them all very quickly. It's always fucking hilarious.
having close turbine strengthening and craft. Get on board and shut it down. Cruise ship
Eclipse's damage bonus like Serration or like Banshee. Eclipse's damage bonus is like Rhino's damage. It is not like either of those. mean, I guess it is somewhat similar to Banshees. It works in, like, the reverse way, though. It's the same type of multiplication.
Blast that radiator. Expose the second radiator. Decrypting archives. Crew, you might find this interesting.
Oh, Banes isn't Bane mod, it's not like Banshee. Oh, I mean, in that Bane mods are a separate multiplier, yes, it works that way.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Depends on what you exactly mean. It's not additive with a Bane, if that's what you're asking.
Focus on remaining targets.
Rhino actually works like Banes. Yeah, I mean, Mirage's is not, like, status multiplicative. Rhino's is, like, pretty explicitly like a Bane. But Mirage's is her own multiplier, to my knowledge. Yeah, it doesn't double dip dots. There are key differences.
Trash the place. We have one less probe ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
Recreate where I am, teleport to me? Oh, dope.
Pulse turbine rendered inoperative. Let us see how the enemy handles an even playing field.
Yeah, sick.
Cruise ship reactor
What was in it?
has detonated. Ready.
I've never seen... I think that's the first rare crate I've ever seen spawn in Railjack. This is why people get annoyed when I have the shock mode on the Wisp. I use Fused Reservoir and get told to turn the shock mode off. That's only if you're doing defense. If you're doing defense, it can slow waves down. Or yeah, if it's a spy, it can like alert the vault. Which is usually not really a thing to be cared about, but it's sometimes the case. Yeah, there's certain modes where it can like slow you down or give you like a mild disadvantage.
Cruise ship down.
I think it stacks additively with Banes too, like it is everything Bane. What, Rhino Roar? Rhino Roar should be a separate multiplier from the Banes. Though it's been a while since I've tested that.
We'll be back. But for now, this sector is clear.
Well, nah, Titania's not that rare. It's just also common as well. Roar is additive with the Bane mods? Okay, interesting. I wonder when that happened. That almost means you should not use Bane mods on Rhino's weapons, although the extra multiplier is probably still... Well, no, I guess if you're Rhino, that extra multiplier is probably not actually worth it. Interesting. Jazz Hands MR28 achieved. Nice. Yeah, we're pretty much going until this Visure ends, I'll be honest. Tempest Story is indeed a quest, guys. Oh, yeah. I enjoy Tempest Story. Weirdly, my least favorite part of the Tempest Story quest is Cold Below. Also think we're better off with more elementals. So many frames used and so many pubs use roar on everything. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we can't blame them though, you know what I mean? Obviously that's a good choice.
Attention. Void storm imminent. This will get a little bumpy.
It's like a 20-minute quest? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I'd rather it be like 20 minutes and a good time. You know what I mean?
Hit them until they do not get up.
Be aware, this storm is tearing open void fissures at your destination.
Alert. Enemy fighters have been scrambled. Hello, Savarkar. Unwelcome visitors inbound. Prepare to repel. Ship to the platform identified. This is a priority target. Infiltrate and disable. It is impossible to say how many innocents they have already lost their lives to.
Frames of the quest are just different from how we normally play grind Warframe. Yeah.
Ship has translated in sector.
Like, a quest content is, like, pretty unlikely to be, like, you know, what we're doing right now, right?
Your ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Crew ship has gone bye-bye.
Last Gambit's pretty grindy. Yeah, and I mean, they haven't done it again, right?
Radiator exposed. Open fire.
I think Glass Gambit is, like, one of the, more poorly looked upon quests, and I would probably say the same thing about Titania's quest.
Down. Away crew. Expose the next radiator. Components spawn. Destroy.
What do I get Uul outside from other players? Killing liches.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire. Core is vulnerable.
I hear just firing missiles backwards.
Trash the place. Crew ship down. That clears up some space. Ship killer platform neutralized. Be grateful sector. Thanks. Storm is becoming more severe. Ram sleds inbound. Roll out the welcome mat. We have company. Premier crew ship on scope. We have a dead ship in range. Possible wreckage. Enemy fighters on the run.
Faction aiming gets really stupid when you're talking about damage over time. Since it multiplies itself, it gets exponentially better the more you have. Yeah, of course.
Equipping archive. Crew. Lifeline escape. We had one less crew ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets. Scratch one crew ship.
Grandma decides to request tokens. I have. Terminal will be building, Pog. Hell yeah. Yeah, the terminal's fucking sweet, but it kicks ass.
Canal deployed. Strange place for a hangar. Find out why it is here. Cruise ship reactor has detonated.
Speaking of shit that looks badass, did y'all see like the little bit of like the Riot fighting game that they put out? I didn't see like everything they put out, I don't think, but they started showing the like League of Legends fighting game.
There it is. Blast that radiator.
Yeah, it's starting to look sick. Yeah, it looks fucking cool. I did not expect Darius to look as cool as he does. I dislike tag fighters, but I do like rollback. Yeah, I mean, I like before they got bought by Riot, I really liked the game that those guys were working on. So, I'm pretty excited.
Bingo. Crew, crash that radiator. Experimental Grenier War Vessel.
Because like not War Thunder. Oh, now I've completely lost it. The game that they were working on before. Oh my god. I lost it. I thought about War Thunder, and now it's all I can think of. Rising Thunder. Rising Thunder? I think that's it. Was it Rising? Was it Rising Thunder? That might not be right. Fuck. It's been so long. It's been a number of years. I think it's Rising Thunder. That sounds right. Rising Thunder was a canceled free-to-play fighting game developed by Radiant Entertainment. Yeah, that's them. There it is. Game closed following the acquisition of Radiant Entertainment by Riot Games. Yep, there it is. Yeah, Rising Thunder. So yeah, Rising Thunder was a game. Oh, there's more Spectral Vandal. Nice. Rising Thunder was a game that like legitimately got me more into fighting games, like in it, than like even Skullgirls. And Skullgirls is a big one for that, for like accessibility, just because the tutorials in Skullgirls are so fucking good. So like I'm pretty in on checking out what they've been doing. Also, fun thing about Rising Thunder, they actually released it to everyone for free. Like, that game's just free, and it exists out in the world. Like, you can just download it and play it if you want to see what was up with that. I think there's a Reddit for it.
Another job well executed.
Don't know how active it is, but that game was fucking cool.
Void storm rolling in. Batten down the hatches.
Yeah, it's not free to play, but it's just free.
Grenier. Hit them where it hurts.
Also not hard to run, very accessible.
Detecting void energy accumulation inside your objective. Fissures.
Dropping Tenno out of airlock. Ground strikes inbound. Prepare to repel borders. Target. Missile battery. Orders infiltrate.
Yeah, that game I was always interested in. Like, and it was so many years ago. It was so many years ago. It feels like Rising Thunder was. Like, that must have been like 2016. And it was always like, what is the Riot fighting game going to be? Because like there was no other reason to buy that company other than to build a fighting game.
Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. One radiator down. Make it two. Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. Two. Warship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Destroy the core, now! Away crew, wrecking time. Destroy
And that's on Mugen, the open source fighting game where people have been doing a bunch of crazy shit like Ronald McDonald versus Ultra Instinct Shaggy. So I am a person who enjoys himself a salty bet. So yeah, that shit's badass.
on board government. There she goes. Missile battery down. Take a breath and redirect.
If anyone doesn't know what Salty Bet is, please don't go watch that channel because you'll never return. It's very entertaining. It's a very, very high quality Twitch channel.
Heads up. Radiator Croce. Storm is becoming more severe.
Speaking of fucking Ultra Instinct Shaggy, did you guys see the fucking free-to-play Smash like that that Warner's making? They literally put Ultra Instinct Shaggy in it. Like unironically, they put Ultra Instinct Shaggy in it. Yeah, Multiversus. Yeah. Multiversus seems sus because free-to-play. I don't know if that's why it seems sus. Like, I think if anything, it's suspect because of, like, the way that the gameplay actually looks, because it looks a little slow. Because, like, that, like, Nickelodeon game, like, I watch, like, a lot of, like, Smash tournament stuff. Like, whenever I get the opportunity to. Like, I saw some, like, the recent Smash stuff since Sora came out. And, like, you look at that and, like, that new Nickelodeon game that came out, and those are, like, of a certain speed. Whereas the Multiversus thing looked like pretty slow comparatively, and I don't know if that'll be able to keep people's attention. Nobody likes feeling slow, you know?
Crasher, Rainier cruise ship. Prototype craft, one of a kind. It would be terrible if someone stole it.
Nick's melee speed in Multiversus definitely felt way slower. Yeah, just even like from looking at it, I was like, oh, this one might be underwater. Never heard of people making the WB game. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the people who were doing that like Nick game also had kind of a pet piggery. But also there's always the factors of like Warner's got like all the voices and stuff, and that does matter a lot to people.
It will take some time to parse these millions of files. Meantime, enjoy your new jets. Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Ready. We had one less cruise ship to be concerned with.
WB game has way more production value. Sure, yeah. Like, I mean, it's pretty clear, like, the Nick game was, like, budget.
Closing mission. Next.
Oh, sure, I'll take that. Why not?
Tenno deployed.
Oh, I gotta set a reminder in my phone.
Ram sleds inbound. Roll out the welcome mat. We are boarded. Aim for the head and may the saints look away.
We could start this up.
Crew, fire on board. Location marked. Boarding party.
Oh, wait.
Eliminated. Ship
This is the same one.
back to work. Flames.
Oh, it was the, this is the one we've been doing. Okay, it's got like 10 minutes left. Should have some time for a little bit more. Each character also has unlockable perks that will probably pay to win. I mean, that's just like the death of the game right there if they decide to go that way, you know?
Another job well executed.
Void storm rolling in. Batten down the hatches.
Okay.
Killer platform spotted in sector.
I think that's bad. This are the guys that created Rollback Netcode or something. Awesome.
Single person attack craft. Prepare to engage.
Void storms mean a high
How's it going, neighbors? It's going okay. Just doing a little, a little relaxed stream. Got to get up early tomorrow, so it's gonna be a short one. I mean, it's gonna be like another, 10 minutes or so. Is the plan?
Strange place for a hangar. Find out why it is here. Cruise ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Bingo. Crew, crash that radiator. Ground slip launch detected. Looks like a party.
There, guys came up with a host side server priority and rollback. It's good because you only experience lag if you're the one causing it with your connection. Oh, okay.
Scratch one cruise ship. Exterior weak point exposed. Open fire.
What do you think of the Cowboy Bebop live action? I haven't watched any of it, but like the costumes looked pretty good for live action, except for oh no, main villain man. He looked kind of hilarious. Why can I not remember his name?
Cruise ship down. Enemy fighters on routing. Enemy cruise ship has arrived. They are powering weapons. Void storm intensifying. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. They called some friends. Enemy cruise ship has punched in. Derelict on zone. We have one less cruise ship to be consumed with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
Also, on a, I know things have been kind of hectic around here lately, but on a more positive note, there are some things happening in the background that are very exciting. That are not related. I mean, there's there's background turmoil and background excitement. So look forward to some things coming up pretty soon, I think, because things are yeah, it's it's different thing. Is the pupper doing good? Finn is great. Finn is great. For anyone who's not like caught up on things, obviously we had everything going on with Finn. I'm here at my parents' house, and there's like a lot of stuff going on with my dad. So very sadly eventful year. Did not want it to be as eventful as it's been. That much is very fucking for sure. Oh, whoop. We don't need to go destroy more cruise ships.
Unwelcome visitors inbound. Prepare to repel.
I'm not smart. Took that literally and looked for changes in the webcam background for a moment. Oh no, I mean there are. That's the fact that there's a background at all. You know what I mean?
Marking sensitive systems. Trash the place. Bingo. Crew.
Thank you for always streaming the new stuff for Warframe Wall. Things are so hectic. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, luckily things whenever like this update dropped were considerably less hectic than they are now, and like I got a lot of like the other videos out and stuff prior to everything that's going on currently. Like I said, like I mean we're getting close to the the end of the stream here. Hopefully we grab the hey, there we go, we got him. Nice. That's what I was looking for. We grabbed the holo keys we were looking for. We got one of the weapons. That's nice. It's good progress grabbing one of them. Hell yeah. But yeah, like I said, streams and stuff are gonna be like, they might happen out of 10 for quite a little while here. But yeah, like whenever it's like reasonable and there's not other stuff going on, like now, I'll be trying to get some streams in. But yeah. Get that Agendus, it's real good. Oh, does it actually have good stats? Fuck yeah. The Agendus is the Sword and Shield, yeah? I believe I'm remembering that correctly. Nice. And these are both 38'd. Fuck yeah, I've got jalapeno mac and cheese in the fridge. Fuck yes. Watch Below Time, I didn't hate all of it, but I don't know if that'll hold out if they try something like Egwin is now the dragon. Are the Diplos worth farming? I'm not sure whether I should try for them or not. If you're not worried about the mastery, absolutely not. They're completely worthless. The stats on the Tenet melee weapons rotate every week. Yes, they do. Tenet weapons are worth getting. I assume the Envoy. I can go through them all real quick, honestly. Like, besides the melee weapons, because the melee weapons I'll test first, but in terms of the non-melee, I can give you quite a bit of information. Okay, non-melee Tenet primaries. Envoy, super solid. Tenet Tetra, really ammo intensive, but fine. Tenet Archiplasmor, for the things that this weapon is for. Also, yeah, no, this weapon is just great. Like, there are specific niches for this weapon, and also it's just fucking great. It hits like a goddamn truck. You're fucking shit up with this. And then the Tenet Flux Rifle, it's single target. It's like very mid at best, pretty much. Secondaries. The Cycron is like kind of an offset to the Nucor. I think the Nucor is better, but it's like fair enough. Tenet Spirix, this is kind of like a Tomb Finger, but the Tomb Finger gets to use like a whole other set of arcanes, which generally I think is going to edge it out. The Tenet Detron's like it's fine. Like if you, it's a better Detron. So for the few uses the Detron has, it's like slightly better. And the Diplos are like some generic pistols that just like they're generic dual crit pistols, and their gimmick is not very good because their gimmick's kind of inverted on what it probably should be. Yes. So in terms of like the Tenet primaries and secondaries, that's pretty much up. Gimmick is bad, honestly. If the gimmick was inverted, where it auto-locked on while you were not ADS, and you could just hold down left click all the time, and it would just fire and go get enemies, that would be probably actually pretty decent, even though the damage is fairly low. Like just for running through lower level missions, I could see it being like of utility there. But as it stands now, yeah, it's pretty not great. Yeah, and if the auto target was headshots, I mean, I don't think it would even need to be that if it was just all the time. Are the Diplos better than the Aklex? Like at this point, what's the best dual pistol? Realistically, the best dual pistol is to not use a dual pistol, like legitimately. Like in your secondary slot, there's like, you know, it's pretty limited on what you actually want to be using. Like you want to be using, like even the Atamos is better than any dual pistol I can think of. Like the Atamos, the Nucor, the Cycron. I mean, the Tenet Spirix is like a reasonable choice. Outside of like just trying to solo Steel Path with it, the Piranha's pretty good. The Sepulchrum is actually pretty solid. Synoid Gamma Core, if you need the thing that can provide energy, you'd be very surprised how good the Synoid Gamma Core is nowadays. It's basically like a single target Nucor that also gives you energy, so there's like an offset to be made there actually. Tomb Finger is super solid. The Gaze is good. This is a good weapon. Because like it just, I mean, it chains. It's very similar to the Nucor in that way. Mushroom is very good. This is a Spore Lacer Stitch Haymaker. This is really solid. You just fire it and it murders everyone. It's a fucking grenade launcher. The Epitaph is better than you'd probably imagine it is. Especially on a budget, the free-to-play's been using this. The Catabolist is a secondary version of the Phantasma. It's like a slightly worse version of the Phantasma that has a grenade functionality. And then also this is like the actual build for the Gaze. It's this Medusa that I have. It's Gaze Splat Haymaker. This is what you actually want to build, just so that's clear. And then... I feel like I'm missing something. Mushroom, mushroom. I feel like I've forgotten a weapon that's like sort of relevant, but I also might not be forgetting a weapon. I feel like I'm forgetting like one. Prime, we said that one. Said the Catabolist, but thank you. These are both good weapons, so well done to the both of you for saying good weapons. The Pox, the Pox are kind of whatever, I'd say. Oh yes, the Stug. Can I tell you I forgot the Velox existed? Totally forgot this existed. This is Protea's gun. Dual Comac. Oh yeah, Twin Comac with like Pistolier is like sort of a thing, but I would say generally not really. Catchmoon like can be used, but I would honestly tell you to not in like 99% of cases, because like here's the thing with the Catchmoon. With the Catchmoon, if you're gonna use this, where's it at? With the Catchmoon, if you're gonna use this, you absolutely must put Lethal Momentum in the Exilus slot, because otherwise, like, you're just gonna have a bad time. Because like the range on it is just so fucking dog shit now. The static core is so like it has such extreme fall off. Like it's more extreme than shotguns. And that says a lot. I haven't even bothered to install a arcane in it because it's like such a tremendous downside. So not only did I get an Arcoplasma for my first ever sister, she came with a 51% heat bonus. Prophet God's on my side, fuck yeah. This is fucking stonks. Oh right, this is the, yeah. It's like the weird backwards. Oh no, I'm backwards. I'm going to my syndicates, not theirs. Alright. Wait, does it not tell me what the element is? Where does it say the elemental? Oh, it's impact. Duh. I mean, radiation's not bad. So radiation, it's electricity by default, so I'm gonna get radiation anyway if I try to go viral heat on it. So it's better just to go viral and get viral radiation electricity. Because that's like somewhat reasonable. Yeah, because adding heat to it's not gonna do anything for me. So yeah, radiation's like pretty solid. That percent is awful. Wait till 50% plus. I mean, legitimately, like, these weapons are, it's mostly about getting, like, the right elemental, I would say. Because, I mean, I don't think it's not going to be the difference between, like, it being above 50% or whatever that's going to, like, make the weapon good or bad, realistically. Built the agendas with the focus energy build to use the spam 12x combo heavies. I can see that because it does like the blast wave, right? Whenever you do the heavies on this one, that's its gimmick, I believe. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah, devastating energy discs, right? Also, oh yeah, I guess if you go corrosive. Oh yeah, because you can make corrosive heat. Oh yeah, that's definitely got to be the way. Corrosive radiation heat sounds fucking sweet. Yeah, that's like definitely the way to go. Yeah, give me this thing.
A mutually beneficial exchange. How all business should be done.
I don't know, Toxic. There you go. You can valence transfer, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Not that I am likely to. Oh, do you still get its, like, funky energy off the shield? That's probably just a bug. I'll use it how it, like, regularly looks for the time being. Yeah, so let's, like, just assume this is hybrid. Comes with the correct polarity. We love to see it. Probably actually speed is gonna be most important because this is like, yeah, it's a 0.9. Yeah, so realistically, I'm gonna throw quickening in here as my actual thing. I forget, did I even bother to put, yeah, I did, okay. So yeah, this is actually gonna be a dex then. For the purposes of messing with the Tenet agendas. Okay, I mean, this is like hyper basic stuff, right? Like we're looking at this. The blast I presume is not affected by primed reach, and if the blast is going to be like the main bit, yeah, let's just go see what kind of damage we can get out of it. Basic 100,000 endo build. Well, you know. Any reason to use focus energy and still volatile strike? Oh, it's elevator music? What do you mean? The focus energy is used because you can do max heavy efficiency, so you only lose 10% of your combo whenever you heavy. Secondary is ready for another form if you're leveling at the same time. Oh, we're about to end stream. I'm just going to do like a very min test right now. Just to give it ye old look-see. Yeah, just with quickening, the speed feels okay. With no wisp buff, obviously. I might see like how a budget build feels on this legitimately, because like, you know, this part of this build is really easy to get, and like these two bit, like if this does not need primed reach, this might be like a really good weapon for new players actually, which would make the Void Storm farm even more appealing, which is important. Let's go ahead and say 140. Now let's turn on invincibility for myself. Okay. Not super impressed with the heavy, honestly. If it procs slash. I mean, the damage on it is not inconsiderable. And I mean, there's no heavy multipliers even in this weapon at all, besides like just like the raw combo. So you add Killing Blow, or well, no, generally you wouldn't add Killing Blow. We had like Organ Shatter to make it fast, and that might be pretty real. Yeah, also, yeah, that's true. I am missing crit damage, which is pretty important. And this is also with like not like full wind-up speed. Like, let's see. Like, we'd probably end up on let's say just Amalgam Organ Shatter, right? Just to see the speed of it. Okay, you gotta cancel between. Yeah, reach not affecting the blast. Since you don't need combo duration, you can use Killing Blow. I mean, yeah, I could use Killing Blow. It's additive with Pressure Point, though. I mean, realistically, like, the best is probably to use a Bane or maybe Sack Steel. Sack Steel's like a pretty big consideration, I would think, if you were going to use it. Because, I mean, you get 440 crit chance. That's really massive, because you're not getting the double from Blood Rush, so this is actually such a large amount of crit. Because that's putting you at, like constantly above 100%, right? Yeah, because you double this amount. Yeah, that means every heavy is at the absolute minimum critting. Because, I mean, like, you look at the... I mean, that's 52 crit chance. Like, you've gotten... Even beyond this, you're looking at, like, you know, into the 20% with no Blood Rush considerations whatsoever of red critting. Oh, shit, is this just better than Sword and Board Prime? Whenever it's full build, it's like well, it's going to be different, because I think the heavy attack's probably going to have to be the thing that's important here. Like, assume you don't need Prime Breach. This might be a more focused weapon. Like, you might want this for, like, using the heavy to kill, like, rows of enemies. Oh, Sigma Noctanus. Not great. The gimmick's not good. Like, let's see what kind of damage numbers we're seeing with, like, this is the setup. With both the 12x, the heavy has a 211% crit chance. Yeah, that's dangerous. Okay. I mean... yeah, there's some real ass damage numbers in there. So the Stropha had a baby with the shield, kinda. I do wonder, like, what kind of effectiveness you get on weird targets with this weapon, because if this, like, depending on how, like, the interactions were built with this, also, fucking LOL, this has no crit damage increases on it, so that's funny. That's very funny, actually. I wonder if this would kill Necromex. That's, like, a thing to think about. What does this a raw heavy attack build look like here? I mean, I definitely want to level this and get some Forma in it. We'll mess with this next time. We'll get like 2 Forma in here, start fucking about with it. It's good at Necromex? That's amazing to hear. Yeah, it could definitely be a Necromech tool. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I mean, you see a weapon that you have no crit damage mod on, crit for 987,000, and it's like, How long do we have before that rotates out? I do not know. That's a great question. Are you still considering Outriders? It is still a consideration, but time is going to get very limited here. A little awkward to keep the 12x combo going with mechs. We just slap them in the knees, right? Oh, we reset today? Then you should have like a full week then, right? Oh, 2 days? Okay. Forgot how. I do not remember how often it rotates, I suppose. Is it 211 and then an additional 45 from Avenger? Avenger... Doesn't Avenger modify base? I forget if mods affect that. It shouldn't anymore? Okay. Then yeah, it would be like 250% crit rate, which is still hilarious. Like, that's still very funny. Avenger's additive after all mods. Okay. Yeah, so like basically if you're gonna do like mixed heavy, you go Dex, you take these. I'm a little concerned with not running Primed Reach, because Primed Reach does do a few things, specifically with building up those heavy attacks, and like also just hitting more enemies is obviously good, and it's also like the damage of it seems good, like baseline, and like the last two mods are definitely going to be crit mod. That just makes sense. It would be stupid not to add crit damage to this weapon, right? Like, be silly. And then the last mod is an interesting one. Because, like, if your plan is to instant kill the enemy, then adding heat doesn't actually make any sense. It's also the consideration that, like, you consider, like, a fully formatted out version of this is going to be, you know, you're going to have an extra 100% elemental, because instead of Virulent Scourge, you're going to use Fever Strike. Oh, does the Agendas or Grigori work with Zephyr's Tornadoes? Bruh, if this works with Zephyr's Tornadoes. We haven't formatted, but yeah, PFS is the move, yeah. Alright, we'll look at the Zephyr Tornadoes. This is gonna be stupid if it fucking works. It does not work. Of note, well, it kind of works. It doesn't do the actual Zephyr interaction. It does go through, but it doesn't do the multi-hit. And if you send it through the tornado and through them, it appears to sort of work. Also, just like baseline, this is pretty impressive. Not as good as Fulman, much harder to get, yeah. Yeah, with no combo, that's like a pretty real consideration. Because, like, I mean, how budget is the build for the? Let's look at like what a budget build for this looks like, right? Like, we're looking at like a no forma situation here. Regular pressure point. Let's assume you can fit Sac Steel. Maybe not this level of Sac Steel, but you know. And then, that's Zero Forma. That's pretty scary. I feel like I'm forgetting something vital. Am I forgetting like an important mod? What am I forgetting? Like, I mean, ideally you'd have attack speed, I guess, but like, whatever. Orga Chatter? Killing Blow? Are you guys sure? Wow, I'm used to the amalgam. Yeah, that's fair. So get heat bonus to get radiation on this one. Well, I would get radiation bonus. Well, yeah, well, oh, you know what's interesting? Because this is actually, oh. This is radiation electric right now. Because it's radiation electric, I only need to add toxin to get that corrosive damage. You only need to add prime feed. You have an extra mod slot whenever you go radiation. Oh. Yeah, I only need the electric if I wanted to go heat. Huh. Yeah, that's a consideration. Okay. Yeah, that's a real thing to think about. That's scary. Yeah, it is. Personally picked magnetic for my element. Yeah, I mean, the difference between magnetic and radiation is going to be pretty small. Radiation is better for upfront damage, though, on specific targets. So there's that. Okay, let's just... if you rank it up, you put a potato in it, you give it a stance. What are we looking at this thing doing? Basic attacks. Level 140s. I mean, like... the stance is so good. Like, this actually is cutting through them. Like you assume you put one Forma in and get an attack speed mod. Like, this is a heavy attack build. And it's basic to still do that. So that's a thing. And then you've got this heavy that can... I mean, it's got, like, range limitations on it, right? But... I mean, you add an attack speed thing, and, like, you know, the guaranteed slash procs and stuff can, like, really chunk through your heavies, and you can just... like, you know, clear hallways by just slamming the ground. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's real utility here. Final Harbinger is so fucking good. Yeah, if you ever wanted a fucking example of just how goddamn good Final motherfucking Harbinger is, this is a weapon that is not built for basic attacks, and you saw what it did to those men. Like, you fucking saw it. You want to do a quick Necromech 10-minute adventure? I really can't. I really got to make sure I'm up in the morning. We will definitely do more later, though. This is a pretty interesting one. Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, if the advice continues that Void Storms are, like, a good resource for new players to, like, get stuff, and, like, it's like a worthwhile investment, whether you're going there to get the Epitaph, which is a really solid secondary for new players, and, like, if you happen to get enough keys to grab this thing. Oh, can you ignore this thing's MR? I forget this thing's name. Tenet Agentis. You do need the MR? Isn't it like 16? 14. Oof. Oof. Yeah, if you can't get it to LMR 14, it's still like a consideration. But I mean, clearly, whenever you go heavier investment on it, that's not going to be such a bad thing. Like, if you're at the point where you need to go heavier investment, that's not so bad. I wish Heavy Blades had a stance that was remotely as good as this one. Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Use this over my Sylvan Aegis Prime with a Riven just because of the utility of the heavy. Yeah, the heavy being like, you know, a hallway clear, honestly, is a real consideration. It turns out whenever the Archiplasmor is really good, having that as your heavy attack on a melee weapon that has an incredible stance can really fuck some shit up. Imagine how good this weapon would be if its heavy always procs slash. Like, if its special heavy wave always procs slash, imagine the world we'd be living in right now. This might be the best melee weapon in the game right after the Glaive, if it's heavy proc slash. Sarah Train Player, did they nuke Temple Royale out of orbit? Yeah, it's still usable, but it's pretty trash compared to, like, where it was and where it could be. Oh, well, I didn't even know that weapon vendor existed until like 5 minutes ago. Fair enough. The heavy attack at 12 is a Tenant Archiplasmor mag dump. Well, that depends on whether or not your Tenant Archiplasmor is stacked up, I think. Because you gotta remember, the Tenant Archiplasmor both gets multi-shot and HM. Would you say it's up there with stuff like Glaive Prime, Nikana Prime, and Redeemer Stropha? Redeemer Stropha are a pretty specific case in terms of what those weapons are for. I'd be interested to test this weapon once I'm invested in it and see how it does in Disruption. I'd be pretty curious to know where it is in Disruption in terms of like how useful it is with the heavy and everything. Is Tenet Scythe any good? I would suspect that it's at least decent because the Scythes just have good heavy attacks. Whether or not, I mean, like, this being up there, like, I mean, from what we're looking at right now, it seems like it's up there with Sylvan Aegis Prime, and that's one of the best melee weapons in the whole game, so it's definitely got some considerations here. It's real good in Disruption, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll have to take a look-see at it. This weapon's pretty nice off the bat. This is the one that I thought might be the good one, so I'm glad it had a decent elemental for me to go after this week. It doesn't guarantee slash on heavy, but it's still a huge damage number. Yeah, huge damage number in Disruption is usually what you're really going for. The hammer looks dumb though. Yeah, I mean that's why we have skins for the sword and shield weapons. That's why we can simply turn it into this fucking shit right here. And this sword's like not amazing looking, but the shield is so nice that it doesn't matter, right? It's interesting that you still get like the energy part on this too. Bros doesn't realize we have a monologuing, so the stream doesn't end. No, I know. I am aware. I wish I could mix and match these swords and stuff. Because I probably really would use this sword with this shield, and that would be my absolute preferred. Why do you have this? But the Tenet Plasmor has stacks. Yeah, you give it the Arcane, and Arcane Merciless stacked up is like hilarious. Happens with all the Tenet weapons in, are you saying? Yeah. Yeah, and the multi-shot stacks, of course. And of course, I believe it's also still affected by the status stacks because of the nature of it. I believe it still counts as like a bullet, as opposed to an AoE. I think only explosions are quite classified as AoE. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Savvy still works with the Tenet Plasmor. There's some weird classifications of things. Can you see the percent of them before you buy? Yes, absolutely. You very much can. But yeah, I'm happy this weapon is a decent seeming. Also that we were able to grab one weapon. Yeah. Short little like 3-ish hour stream, you know how it goes. I'm gonna head out and get some sleep. No promise on a stream tomorrow. might happen. I think it's pretty likely that tomorrow is actually not a stream for anyone that's curious. And yeah, that's going to do it for stream. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Very much appreciated for all of the subs, resubs, bits, everything, like all the support and stuff. It really is. Thank you. I really appreciate it, especially because, like, you know, very irregular currently, trying to get as much done as I can and all that. But yeah, I will see all you guys when I see you. Obviously, no way to know. I can highly recommend that on the Trumna. Yeah, the Trumna is incredible. Absolutely fantastic weapon. Yeah. Regardless, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.